Sorry, guys, I hit the pause button on that. The cast consists of Sterling Macer Jr., who plays Josh. John Fleck plays Trent, which we have. Susan Priver plays Bess. Bess works at the post office along with Mickey Jackson, who plays Anne. And Nick Heyman plays Renee. Thomas Boykin again plays Jasper. Uh, it it's really a showcase for John Fleck's character Trent to be an all and out psycho, but a grounded psycho in realism. Um, the movie was directed by Joe DeBoer and Kyle McConaughey. And like I said, they really captured the spirit of the 80s. And this film does take place in Illinois. It took me a little bit to figure that out. And the post office shots are done wonderfully. I know I go to our local post office over here and I look into the back room and it almost looks identical. So it captured the vibe of that. The scary thing about this movie is I don't want to tell you how it ends, but it ends on pretty much a low. It doesn't end on a high climax. Let me just put it that way. Um, but it was an interesting original story. I will give you that. The acting was pretty good, and it was a slow burn. And for what it offered, I mean, it offered realism, creepiness. Characters were pretty interesting, although they could have went into, like I said, some backstory in the movie. Um, it's weird enough to be believable, but it's also creepy enough to be convincing. I'd recommend a watch on this one, but I would not recommend a buy unless there's deleted scenes, which I would like to see. I would like to see if there was deleted scenes in this film or not, because if there was, maybe there's more to the story that they took out. But it is interesting how it goes from one one tone to another and then shifts back into after the initial jolt when you see the guy crawl out of the house on a chain. The movie never did get tiring, though, I will tell you that, but it is a far cry. It's a step down from The Substance, which I still think is probably one of the best horror films of the year. But yeah, Dead Male's pretty good. I wanted to check it out. Um, and I did hear that they were going to do another Texas Chainsaw movie, and it's going to be called Texas Chainsaw Legacy. My thoughts on that is if you go back to the original on that and you make it creepy and gory and not stupid like the Netflix one was, I think you would have something. Um, but yeah, I mean, I checked it out. It was pretty good. Like I said, it's very slow in terms of nature because I guess we're so used to seeing, slasher movies where there's a high body count. There's really not in this film. This film more relies on creepiness, mystery, and realism. So it might be your cup of tea if you don't like, really nasty slasher movies. But it does give you the creeps because when you come away with it and you sit down and you go, man, there's really people out there like that could probably, if you don't agree with them, then probably they're going to go psycho on you, which is what you see here. Um, but I liked the way it was filmed, the photography, the cinematography, everything was good. There was hardly any profanity in the thing that I can remember. It was a good it was a good grounded horror film, I guess you could say. Again, man, sorry I hit the pause button on that. So there'll be two videos if you don't already know that. But yeah, definitely check out Dead Mail. It's worth a watch. And like I said, kudos to everybody. And I hope the heave ho. I hope when you watch The Substance again, I hope you pick up different things. This one too. This one pulls that trick where there's a scene shortly in the beginning where Jasper's character meets Trent, and you don't realize it till the film's over. You go, "Oh yeah, that's the same dude," and they pull that into Substance too. So, and the diner scene that I talked about. So, definitely give it a watch. And I just want to say, hey, what everybody. Also, Thursday was my birthday, and I did not realize my wife does this every year. She puts the thing out on my phone, on her Facebook saying, "Hey, it's happy birthday, Greg," whatever, and that's awesome. But I've gotten a monstrous amount of happy birthdays, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who did wish me a happy birthday because it shows that you really matter to people. It's the little things that get you by in this world. So thank you to everybody who did wish me a happy birthday. Thank you to everybody who watches my channel. And the Substance review that I did has gotten a monstrous amount of views, and I want to say thank you for that. And I hope you checked out the movie and really liked it. On that note, I am going to take off, and I will see you next week with another review. Peace.